Welcome to English Box, Easy English with Julia and Tom. I'm Julia, and I'm very happy you're here today.
And I'm Tom. This channel is for busy people who want to improve their English without stress. We're here to make English easy, fun, and part of your daily life, just like talking with a friend. Remember, small steps matter.
Yes, exactly. We speak slowly and clearly so you can listen and practice anywhere, while cooking, cleaning, walking, or relaxing before sleep. In today's episode, we talk about a very common problem. Many learners say, "I understand English, but I can't speak."
Yes, this happens to many people. They understand videos and podcasts, but when someone talks to them, their mind goes empty.
If this sounds like you, don't worry. You are not alone, and this problem is very normal.
I agree. Sometimes your brain knows the answer, but your mouth is slow. It's like your mouth is still sleeping.
Maybe your mouth needs coffee too. In this episode, we'll explain why this happens and share simple ways to help you speak more easily.
We won't use difficult grammar or hard words. Everything will be simple, clear, and useful for real life.
And don't worry if you don't understand every word. Each time you listen and practice, your English improves a little. Over time, the progress becomes clear.
Before we start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us create more free English lessons for you.
All right, get comfortable, maybe grab a drink or a snack, and let's begin. Understand English but can't speak? Tom, let me ask you something. Why do so many people understand English but feel stuck when they try to speak? They watch movies, YouTube videos, and lessons, but real conversations feel very difficult.
I hear this problem all the time. People tell me they understand English at home, but when someone talks to them face to face, their mind goes blank. It feels like all the words suddenly disappear.
Yes, and then many people freeze. To freeze means you stop speaking because you feel nervous or surprised. Your body is there, but your mouth doesn't move.
And that moment feels uncomfortable. Some people smile and nod, but inside they feel stressed. They just hope the conversation ends quickly.
Yes, the famous smile and nod.
Many learners do that and think, please don't ask me another question.
After that, people often feel frustrated. They study, they listen, but speaking still feels hard. They start to question themselves. Some learners lose confidence. Confidence means believing in yourself and feeling sure you can do something. When confidence goes down, speaking feels even harder.
But this is very important to hear. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not broken, and your brain is working normally. This experience is very common for English learners.
Most people learn English by listening and reading. They understand videos, teachers, and podcasts very well, but they don't practice speaking enough.
That's why understanding and speaking feel so different. Listening is something you receive, but speaking is something you do.
It's like watching people exercise versus exercising yourself. You understand the moves, but your body feels strange when you try.
Exactly. So when someone asks you a simple question, your brain says, I know this, but your mouth says, wait, I need more time.
That waiting moment feels long. Your heart beats faster, and you may forget even easy words. It can feel embarrassing.
Many learners experience this, even if their English level is not low. Speaking simply needs a different kind of practice.
Why this happens?
Julia, for the question, why can I understand English but I can't speak it? Can you explain what is really happening? Many learners feel confused and think something is wrong with them.
Yes, this happens because many people learn English in a passive way. Passive means you receive English by listening or reading, but you don't use it to speak. This helps understanding, but it does not train your mouth to talk.
So people listen a lot, but they don't practice speaking. Their English stays in their head, not in their mouth.
Exactly. Speaking is active English, and it needs a different kind of practice. Your brain must choose words, build sentences, and send messages to your mouth at the same time.
Another problem I hear about is translating in the head. People think in their first language and then change the sentence into English.
Yes, and that translation slows everything down. Your brain is doing extra work, so your answer comes very late.
And sometimes the conversation is already finished when you are ready to speak.
That's true, and this delay creates pressure. When you feel someone is waiting for your answer, fear starts to grow. Many learners want perfect English, and that makes speaking even harder.
So the brain knows the idea, but the mouth cannot follow. It feels like the connection is weak.
Yes, the brain is busy checking grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Because of this, speaking does not feel natural or smooth.
It's like your brain has too many tabs open at one time.
Yes, and everything starts to freeze.
So mistakes are not the real problem. Fear and pressure are the bigger problems.
Exactly. When people feel relaxed and safe, they speak more easily. Speaking is a skill, not a test.
Children don't worry about mistakes, and that helps them learn faster. Adults think too much before speaking.
That's right. Thinking too much breaks the connection between the brain and the mouth. To speak better, we need to train that connection slowly and gently.
That explanation helps a lot. It shows that learners are not bad at English.
Not at all. They just need the right kind of practice and a calm way to use English. What actually helps you speak?
Julia, what actually helps people speak English more easily?
The first thing is to speak small, not perfect. Short and simple sentences are better than long and correct ones. Speaking small reduces fear and helps your mouth move.
Many learners think one sentence is not enough. They want to explain everything.
One sentence is powerful. When you answer with one sentence, your brain feels safe and speaking becomes possible.
Another helpful method is shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to English and repeat it at the same time or just after. This trains your listening and speaking together.
Yes, shadowing connects your ears and mouth. You don't have time to translate, so you speak more naturally.
Repetition also helps. Saying the same sentence many times feels boring, but it works.
Yes, boring practice is often the best practice.
Daily habits matter too. Short speaking practice every day is better than long practice once a week.
These are micro habits. Micro habits are very small actions you do every day, like speaking for 1 or 2 minutes. They are easy to keep and help build confidence.
Many learners also try to think in English instead of translating. That sounds difficult.
You don't need full English sentences in your head. Just think in meaning, pictures, or keywords.
So instead of translating every word, you focus on the idea. That helps your answer come faster.
Exactly. When you think in meaning, your brain works faster. Speaking feels more natural and less stressful.
So the key is small steps, short sentences, and daily practice.
Yes, speaking improves when you practice gently and often. You don't need perfection to make progress.
That sounds very doable. It feels less scary than many people think.
And that's important. When speaking feels safe, improvement comes naturally. Gentle practice.
Now it's time to practice a little. You don't need to speak fast or perfectly. Just try to speak out loud with us.
Yes, even a small voice is okay. Speaking quietly is still speaking, and your brain is listening.
We'll say a simple sentence first. Please listen, then repeat after us.
I understand English.
Now try this one. But speaking is still hard.
Good job! This practice may feel strange, but that feeling is normal. Normal means it happens to many people, not just you.
Let's try another sentence. I need more practice.
And now, I'm learning step by step.
If you feel shy, that's okay. You are training your mouth, not performing for someone.
Yes, no one is watching, we promise.
Let's try a slightly longer sentence now. I understand the idea, but I need more time to answer.
Very good. Now let's try one more sentence with more detail. When I speak slowly, I feel more confident.
Notice how your mouth feels when you speak. This is your brain and mouth working together.
This kind of practice builds confidence. Confidence means trusting yourself and feeling more comfortable when you speak.
Try to do this every day, even for 1 minute. Speaking out loud, even alone, makes a real difference.
You can practice while walking, cooking, or getting ready for bed. English can fit into your daily life.
And remember, speaking is a skill. Skills grow with gentle and repeated practice.
You did great today. Even trying is already progress.
Yes, be kind to yourself. Every small sentence helps you speak more easily next time.
Before we finish today's episode, let's take a moment to think about your English journey so far. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going.
If you ever feel slow, remember how far you've already come. Understanding English is already a big step forward.
And speaking will grow from that understanding, slowly and naturally. Trust the process and be patient with yourself.
In our next episode, we'll talk about how to stop translating in your head. We'll share simple ways to think more directly in English. Before you go, we have a very small challenge for you today. Please speak one simple sentence in English out loud. Then, if you feel comfortable, write that sentence in the comments. For example, you can write, I practiced speaking English today.
Every time you take action like this, you help your brain remember what you learn. Small actions reinforce your English little by little.
Thank you for spending this time with us today. Even if you spoke quietly or made mistakes, you still did something good for your English.
If this episode helps you feel more confident, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us create more calm, real-life English practice for you.
You can also share this video with a friend who wants to practice English in a gentle way.
Take a deep breath and give yourself some credit. Yes, your English brain deserves a small break.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, keep listening, keep practicing, and enjoy your English learning journey. Goodbye for now.